I was on my laptop. My laptop was freezing up. I think I have like a little software issue on my laptop, man. So I gotta get that taken care of. But that's really why I've been doing most of these videos on my phone. But really, I've been noticing that I get more attraction, more attention on my phone than I do on my laptop anyway. But I don't want to shy away from doing stuff, doing these videos off my laptop either because there's content that I like to share with y'all. But I'm gonna just keep it short with you for right now. The Kansas City Chiefs signed they signed a tight end from the 49ers. Never really heard of this guy, but he's a really big tight end. So the Chiefs are adding another tight end to the roster with the signing of free agent Mason Pline is his name. And according to NFL Daily Transactions log for Wednesday, the Chiefs have added Pine to fill the roster spot previously held by offensive lineman Wanya Morris, who was traded to the Atlanta Falcons. So Kansas City Chiefs team fans, I guess you got something to look forward to with this tight end. I don't know how good he is. Evidently, he's not that good. I mean, I didn't really hear nothing most about him when he was in 49ers. He was under George Kittle. Now he's in Kansas City. He'll be under Travis Kelce. But Travis Kelce is on a decline. So more than likely, maybe this guy is just a fill-in to fill the roster spot, or he could probably be somebody that the Chiefs can actually use as a weapon. He does have some size to him, and Pline went undrafted in 2024, spending practice squad tenures with the San Francisco 49ers and New Orleans Saints without appearing in any regular season games. So he hasn't played at all. He earned a tryout with the Chiefs last month during offseason workouts, turning enough heads to sign an official contract before training camp in July. So really, this guy is he's just a practice player, really, to be honest. So he's nothing. So during his college career at Furman, he was 6'7". He is 6'7", 260-pound tight end. Played 13 games in 2023, securing 32 catches for 287 yards and 4 touchdowns. Applying as a background in basketball, showcasing athleticism for his big frame. Kansas City, they currently have Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, who's also solid. He's a solid tight end, and Jared Wiley as the returning tight ends from last season roster. So evidently, this guy Pline, he's nothing. He's just going to be a practice squad player. It's not going to be a big deal. So it would be kind of interesting. I mean, sometimes these players, they just blossom out of nowhere, and we were like, oh snap, where did this guy come from? And and so he could be a sleeper. I mean, he has some good size to him, but he's not. He's just gonna be a practice squad player. So it's whatever with him. But let's see if we got anything. If I got anything else I want to share with y'all, man. You're from Korea, go ahead and subscribe. If you like football, go ahead and subscribe, man. Let's see. Brendan Sorsby. I haven't really read too much about Brendan Sorsby, this college player out of where's he from? Hold on, let me look it up. I don't know how many of y'all watch college football, but what do you think about Brendan Sorsby? I think he's the guy. He got suspended for for these for betting on himself 9,000 times in college football, but a lot of people are acting like it's a big deal. I mean, it evidently is. Some teams. I mean, he's going to enter the supplemental draft. We'll see what's up with him. I'll probably find some stories about what's going on with him, but I have been watching a lot of podcasts that's been talking about this guy Brendan Sorsby, and he pretty much the gambling that he did. I mean, is obviously he's addicted to it. So it he, I mean, it definitely does ruin the integrity of the game if you're gambling, and you're gambling on yourself. You're gambling on the team. So I mean, a lot of people are already starting to think football is fixed. The NFL is fixed, and so as a player, when you do something like that, it's just it ruins the sport. So I don't I don't like it. I mean I don't even know how good this guy is. It doesn't really seem like he's that good because if he was that great, I mean, he will still be getting drafted. He wouldn't be having to enter the supplemental draft. So, but it'd be kind of interesting still to see how this story plays out in the NFL. I mean, sometimes these stories will be so interesting, and these guys, man, they come out. They sometimes these dudes are terrible, and they actually produce well in the league. So, I mean, who knows? Sometimes there'd be some guys who's great athletes in NFL, and then they are trash in the NFL. So yeah, but let's see, man. I think I'm gonna talk about the Knicks a little bit because they're a hot topic. How do y'all feel about the New York Knicks freaking going to the White House, being invited to the White House? I was listening to some podcasts, and some of the podcasts was like some of these people analysts were talking about they think it's a bad idea that they were saying that they think it's a bad idea that the Knicks is going to the White House, and because I mean Trump is the president. But the thing about it is, it's like here's my thing, man. And the Knicks are the first team in the under Trump's term, both of his terms, to go to the White House that has been invited and to go to the White House. They're the first team to go. I think that's wonderful. It looks like what's his name? Jalen Bronson, I think his name, the star player from the Knicks. He pretty much came out and was open and spoken about it, and he said that it's an honor to go and meet Trump. So I admire people like that because it's like regardless of what the media may think, what people may think, what the world may think, do what you feel like what you want to do. It does. I hate. It doesn't matter if you like Trump or you hate Trump. It doesn't matter, man. Like the type of environment. And I've heard some analysts say, I'm not going to say their name. This means podcasts that I listen to. They were saying that it's not a good idea that they're going to go because a lot of people are going to hate these players for going, and these players did nothing wrong. So that's the whole point. So it's not the fact that they shouldn't go. The problem is that they're going to be hated for doing something wrong. That's the problem, and that's why some guys who have a backbone they shouldn't care. Like you're not living for anybody else. You're living for yourself. And the fact of the matter is, if you got to live in a shell, if you can't just be open about who you are and what your beliefs are, then what are we talking about? What's the whole point of America? That's the whole point of what makes this country great is the fact that we have a freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and we have our right, our constitutional right to do what we please to do as long as we are not hurting other people. So anytime somebody is getting demonized based on supporting our president, I don't care who's in the office supporting our president, it's stupid. It's never been an issue. It shouldn't be an issue now. And the people who's making the problem about it, those are the ones who should be demonized. Not the players who has won the NBA finals and who has earned the right to go to the White House if they so desire to. So let's not make a big deal about this. It's not that deep. So just get over yourselves and just shut up. But back to the NFL. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, he was excited about this rookie quarterback named Xavier Thomas. So he says, although it wasn't a top position of need this offseason, the Chicago Bears turned some heads when they opted to use a third round pick to select LSU wide receiver Xavier Thomas in the 2026 NFL draft. He is known as a speedster who can contribute both on special teams and the offense if he earns the playing time as a rookie, which he appears to be in the line to do after turning heads during training camp. So Caleb Williams is raving about this guy, and he looks like he's playing really well during training camp. Thomas finds himself behind Roman Doomsday, Luther Burden, and Khalif Raymond at the very least on the receiver depth chart coming into the season, but that hasn't stopped him from making plays in this first action with the team. So last week during minicamp, Caleb Williams discussed Thomas' playmaking ability, raving about his potential when he steps into the field and the plays he's able to make. When he came in, like I think Caleb said this, when he came in from practice, he was frustrated at himself, and it's important to still encourage him. Williams said when discussing a learning moment for the rookie receiver, when he's out there making plays, when he's got the ball in his hands and doing the right things, he's pretty special. I'm really excited if he can get the offense down and then he can do his part. I think he'll be really special for years on out. Okay, that's a plus for a third round pick of a wide receiver in a very untalented draft. While there may not have been a pressing need for the team to add a receiver in the third round, Chicago appears to have found another weapon for Ben Johnson. The Bears head coach has a knack for finding dynamic offensive talent, and it'll be interesting to see how they find a role for Thomas on offense and special teams, as he'll likely work with veteran Raymond in making the most out of being with both units. Okay, so it'll be interesting. So let's see, man. Yeah, so that's all I got right now. I just wanted to chime in with y'all, just check in, just jump on real quick, keep the streak going. No days off on this channel all day. And like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want me to talk about. If you got anything that you want me to talk about, players I want players to cover, teams to cover, let me know. Give me a shout out. And if the NBA, like I said before, if the NBA can get back to being competitive, I'll talk about the NBA more on this channel. I know there are a lot of basketball fans out there, but I refuse to cover the NBA and cover basketball if it's not going to be as competitive as it used to be. But regardless, football is the premium content. It's the main content on this channel, NFL, college football. So we got to dabble more into college football. We will do that very soon, especially with college football season quickly approaching us. But I thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Deuces.